Alright, so in this video we're just been trying to push to 8,000 trophies, and we found a match against EGW. I'm pretty sure this guy's Mega Knight Babe, but I don't know exactly what variant he has. Kind of unlucky to all my archers or Tesla cycle for Skeleton Barrel. So I just have to take the death damage there and go with the light log. And looks like he's going to spam us here with Prince Goblin Gang. So not the traditional Mega Knight Babe deck. Could end up having a Fireball or something, which is not ideal, but I'm still not really sure. And he might just let the archer on the right connect, which he does. And I don't really want to cycle log, because then I'll just go Goblin Gang. With Tesla, same lane as that Infernal Drag. He might end up going aggressive here, because I feel like the only way they can break through in this matchup is if they somehow get an Infernal Drag tower and single elixir. That's the only way I'd lose this matchup. And he's going to actually miner on the Tesla, which is an interesting play. And then zaps as well. So he's going to Fireball on the Infernal Drag, hitting the Mega Knight 2. We'll probably lock on a tower, but not going to get too much damage. So it's going to be up about 500. Not too big of a deal. We can come back because I'm pretty certain this Mega Knight deck is not going to have a Fireball. So I think we'll be able to win this pretty easily when it gets into like double elixir. And wait, did he? I don't know if he did that on purpose, just like bypassed my Tesla using the bats to push the Skeleton Barrel. He probably did do it on purpose just because this kid is one of the best Mega Knight Babe players, so he probably knows that interaction well. And I'm not going opposite lane. I mean, I could, but it's probably not the best just because he would go Infernal Dragon top, and if I overspend on that, I might not be able to kill this Mega Knight. Also is down some elixir, so let's just Tesla down low on defense here. He's gonna probably miner on top of that, but Knight should finish everything off with the help of the Tesla and that archer here. So he's gonna pressure us so we can't go in with an Xbow. Okay, I don't know why he's playing so aggressive. Just spam just with Mega Knight at the bridge. Probably because we didn't have Knight in cycle, but we can just cycle back. Actually, we might not even need to use our Knight. Okay, never mind, he's gonna spam us, so it's just Xbow now. Because he's using a lot of elixir. And he's probably gonna zap our skeleton. Ooh, the zap comes down late. Wait, that might get us a lock actually. So I'm just gonna go log on that Goblin King there. He's back to another set of bats, but we do get the Xbow lock on tower. It's not gonna put us in the damage lead yet, but we are starting to even it up here. So just pre-planning a Tesla. Kind of expect him to go Skelly Barrel. That miner did not really do a whole lot. So just E-Spear, make sure the skeletons don't connect. And try to put it to the Infernal Drag, which we do. So he's gonna lock on our Knight. Alright, this is pretty good because I can Tesla. And it's gonna be kind of awkward for him if he has to Prince into this, because he's gonna die to the Tesla. And I think I'm just gonna go to another Xbow. Actually, I'm gonna place in the middle because the other one's not dead yet. But I want to keep pressure because I feel like we're up some elixir. So log on his Goblin Gang. And okay, he does get back to Mega Knight. It's unfortunate, so we're gonna test like this. We'll probably Infernal Drag. So yeah, it's gonna die to our Tesla. We can probably go to another Xbow in the middle off of this since our Tesla has like a lot of HP. So it might help out. And I'm placing in the middle so in case he goes miner on it or something, it'll help to DPS it down faster. Which looks like he will. We missed the miner with the log. If their E-Spear gets some good value here, just kill the bats, allows our Xbow to get a really good lock on his tower actually. And he's forced to Mega Knight on our archers. So I'm just gonna try to defend that over there and have to log his Goblin Gang. I wanna preserve my Tesla's HP for Skeleton Barrels. And I think we can Xbow now, since we're gonna have a Knight that's gonna walk down in that lane. Xbow will end up blocking on his Prince, which is probably good. And ends up zapping to retarget, so there's a Knight like this. He has to miner on our archers, so just go Xbow up high. Try to force him to Mega Knight, or like maybe spend miner on defense so we can't pressure our tower. So just go Knight like this. Actually, I might end up splashing our Xbow. Yeah, it's only 10 seconds left, so let's just focus on defending this now. Archer's behind tower for his miner. And his Skeleton Barrel does not get the bypass off. Let's go Fireball now. As I said earlier, this is really kind of a free match for Xbow. It's a little harder with Prince, but since they don't have a big spell, you can kind of just spam them with Xbows, eventually cycle their Mega Knight, and there's not really a whole lot they can do once your Xbow does get the lock on tower. So this should be like a lot of trophies. Yeah, plus 37. Wow, so going against Pheno final form here. He's either been running his one-trick RG Sparky Hog deck, or I've seen him play a lot of Giant lately with like triple spell, fireball, sap arrows. And okay, minions. Yeah, this has to be Giant because I don't think his one-trick deck runs minions. So I think this is Xbow's matchup just because they don't have Miner. Like Giant don't turn into Miner is really hard for Xbow, but when they just have a triple spell, they don't have like a great way to kill your Tesla. And the Miner's like the main problem in the Giant Don't Prince matchup anyways. Usually, so yeah, I use the arrow. It's not really gonna allow his Giant to break through. So not sure exactly how I want to play this. Like I could just go defensive for a lot of the game and then try to spell cycle. But if he gives a good opportunity, I can offensive Xbow. Which I guess he did use a Giant, so we might as well Xbow. I'm not gonna go in right away because he'll just play Prince or something on top, but he's gonna Xbow for Ice Spirit so we can cycle back quicker. Then we will have enough to Knight for his Prince. Might have cycled back to Giant. Okay, he goes Mega Minion now. We do actually get the lock on tower, so the Skeleton's late. Distract his Mega Minion for as long as possible. And it's gonna end up dying to the tower. Xbow only had a sliver of HP there. I mean, to be honest, we probably already won the game because we just have to defend his Giant pushes now. And we're already up so much damage that it shouldn't matter. Let's go split archers to the back. I mean, not split them, but might as well try to take his tower here because I think it's going to be really easy to defend anyways if he ignores it. So he's going to minion to Xbow. We just Tesla. It's going to kind of act as a defensive Xbow now. Should have like a sliver of HP. And he's going to keep spamming us with his princes, but it's not really doing anything. We just go skeletons. Tesla is going to end up surviving now. So yeah, there's nothing he can do now. Also, I don't think Pheno really likes me because I made like a Twitter post. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but I got #1 in the world like mid-season in I think April, and I was against Pheno. The videos, it's one of my earliest videos that are on my channel currently because I privated a lot of them, but you can still see it now. And I beat Pheno for #1. It was about the middle of the season, 2 weeks left, and I made a Twitter post, and he got like really salty over that. So I wouldn't call it beef, but I don't think he likes me. But luckily, we were able to get a good matchup here. I'd probably lose to him again, like if he was using his one-trick deck, just because he knows how to play it so well. But yeah, it's gonna be another nice win. Okay, so unfortunately, the next 2 matches are gonna be replays just because for some reason they didn't save to my camera roll. I think my phone storage must have been full or something. So hopefully it's not too much of a problem. I'll do my best to kind of commentate my thought process here. So this match, it was against, not exactly mirror matchup, because he's running Archer Queen, which I'm not even sure if it's that good, because it gives them a slower cycle, but it's also really annoying because in this matchup, they often just spam me with Archer Queen at the bridge to bait out your Knight so they can go Xbow. And he tries to go in here. He's not really going to do anything because I could just get a good log off on his Archer Queen. And then, I'm not sure exactly what I do here. I probably just Fireball his Xbow, because even though he gets a couple ticks on tower, we get some good Fireball damage. And it's kind of important that you enter double elixir in the damage lead in an Xbow versus Xbow matchup. It just puts you in a really good situation. And I ignored the Electro Spirit because I didn't really want to split my archers against it, since I kind of suspected I was down some elixir after spending a lot on the defense there, having to go Fireball at 0 to finish off his Xbow. And then he just plays a defensive Xbow now. It's probably a smart play on his end just because I don't have my Fireball in hand, so I need to cycle troops into it, which is, I guess, kind of awkward. But I just go ahead and cycle log on the left here, just because you pretty much want to cycle it whenever you can, just for the tower damage. If both players play perfectly, then you should only get damage off of fireballs and logs. But Archer Queen's also annoying because you have to use one of your Xbow answers whenever they play it, because if you fireball, then they'll just defensive Xbow. And then you have to try to kill their defensive Xbow without fireball. Or try to cycle back to another one. Or sometimes they just spam the Archer-Queen at the bridge to bait out your knight, and then they go Xbow opposite lane when you don't knight and cycle. So that's why I think it can be a little bit tricky. But at least you do have like a faster cycle if it comes down to a spell race at the end. Although I will say, because Archer-Queen, I'm pretty sure it makes their cycle so they only need to play 3 cards to get back to another fireball. So I guess in that case, it will help them in a spell cycle at the end, just kind of thinking about it. So we're just going for the defensive Xbow battles. It's like often how these matches go. Whoever can have a defensive Xbow surviving with more HP is typically who's supposed to go in aggressive. So that's what we do here, since whenever you have a sliver of HP on a defensive Xbow, you kind of always want to go in, since it prevents them from going Tesla on top of your Xbow, because then it'll just help to get DPS down by your other defensive Xbow. So Archer-Queen's actually kind of annoying there. Ends up killing our knight, so I just have to fireball log, letting his Xbow lock on for a tiny bit of damage, but it's not going to be too big of a deal, since he already had damage on the other side anyways. So it's kind of just going to even it out. We are down like some elixir here. I'm pretty sure I cycle back to another fireball just to finish off his defensive Xbow. Or, okay, no, actually I just go knight low for his Archer-Queen. And he goes with an interesting knight here. I'm pretty sure it goes with an Xbow 0 just because there's a defensive Xbow up, which is kind of what you're supposed to do. And I fireball, not hitting the tower because we already have so much damage on the other side that we don't really need to fireball the Xbow in the tower. +1 to help just finish off his defensive Xbow at 1 HP. So he's going to spam us with Archer-Queen same time. I almost failed to get my knight down in time, but we did and managed to fully stop his Archer-Queen. I tried to log just to be safe, but I ended up not needing it. So it is triple elixir now, so I just want to play aggressive and try to force him to fireball on defense so that he can't kind of get up in damage. But we end up going Xbow same time, so I just tossed like that. Then an E-Spirit Skeleton, just because I know he's going to try to spend his cycle cards on the other side. So he won't have any of them to deal with my Xbow. And the opponent actually does a really big mistake here, something you're never supposed to do in the mirror matchup, which is go same lane as the tower where you have less HP, because any good Xbow player will just fireball log it and play all their cycle cards in the middle to defend. So we get tower damage as well, and it also kills his Xbow. So at this point, there's nothing he can do. Tries to go for a Desperation Fireball, but we do end up getting our knight down. So goes Archer-Queen Bridge. I fireball at the same time, but it's fine. Just cycle back to one more knight on his Archer-Queen. Just make sure it doesn't get any sketchy shots on tower. And yeah, you don't even need to go offensive that much in the mirror matchup. It's pretty much the same whether or not they have Archer-Queen or archers. Is pretty much just a battle of baiting out your opponent's fireballs at the right time and spell cycling. Okay guys, this was a game that actually just got me to 8,000 trophies. Once again, I don't the live match just because it didn't save to my camera roll for some reason. But yeah, I already knew what this person used because he always has one-tricked this log bait deck. Personally, I don't know how he makes it work because it looks like a garbage deck. It doesn't have a knight or a Valk or really any sort of tank. Just kind of a bunch of swarm cards and then poison log. So this is like probably a good match for Xbow. I mean, I've never faced this guy. I knew what he was using, but I don't think I've ever faced him before. So I knew you kind of want to just play aggressive because like they don't rocket and you have a faster cycle, so you can just out-cycle their spells and then use log on offense. And that's kind of what we were able to do. The match ended quite early, I believe. So we kind of just keep spamming him with Xbows. And then eventually, like without poison cycle, tries to like defend with Skeleton Army or Inferno Tower. And because I know the deck, I'm always placing something in front of my Xbows to predict the Inferno Tower just in case. But yeah, I think the main problem for him is that he doesn't have any sort of mini tank to help stall time while I go with my Xbows. So has to like try to do stuff like that, just Inferno Tower on top, which doesn't really do anything because as you can see now, no mini tank in hand, so just a bunch of swarms. Tries to go Spear Goblins, Archer's on top, but just like that, we get so much damage on his tower. He's gonna go to log here. And also, you kind of want to go opposite lane. Similar to Graveyard, whenever they have poison, like, you want to go opposite lane if they have more HP on one side. But in this case, I'm so safe to Xbow on the right because the tower damage is relatively even. And I think I thought I had his Inferno Tower outcycled, which is why I decided to go Xbow here. Normally, if I knew they had their building cycle, I would only go in if I had enough to play a knight or at least skeletons or something, which I didn't have in cycle. But it ends up working out. We still get the lock on tower. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, you just ends up like giving up here, because you can't really come back without being able to rocket cycle or anything. So yeah, that game just put us at 8,000 trophies. See, we're in the world 250 right now. So yeah, my personal best, it's I think 8110 right now. So I think 3 to 4 games depending on how many trophies. Hopefully we can get it this season. I'll try to push like later today probably to 8100 plus. Should be some nice content for you guys coming in the near future. So yeah, stay tuned for that. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.